Hi, this is Joseph Phillips. Let's take a look at the ADDIE model and how it will affect your certification exam. Well, first off, what is ADDIE? ADDIE describes the instructional design and development that precedes the training that you do as a technical trainer. There are actually 5 stages of ADDIE, and it is cyclic. So you have analysis, then you design, you develop, you implement, and then throughout this process you evaluate. We're going to take a look at each one of these stages. The first stage is analysis, and this is analyzing learner needs. Instructional analyst is the process of what needs to be taught in the class. How can we best teach this topic to our learners? Now, task analysis is what must be taught. So you think about the actual tasks that an individual will do in Microsoft Word or with your server technologies or through programming or what have you. What are the actual individual tasks that we need to teach the learners? And then finally is performance analysis. How will you know when an individual has retained that information and they've all actually applied the information into their job? So they're excited about doing the work because they understand the work. So this is very early in the model. Then we get into designing the technical training. Now this is one that tricks some people. When you think about designing, like if you were to design a brochure, you think about the layout and design. Actually in the ADDIE model, this is more about the direction and the content of the training. So it's more of a planning before we get into building the actual content. And when you think about designing, there are 3 adjectives you need to keep in mind. That you want the training to be efficient, you want it to be effective, and you want it to be appealing. So efficient, that we do it in an amount of time that is just the right amount. It's effective, that people can see the relationship between what we're teaching in the class and what they apply in their day-to-day role in their job. And then appealing, that we want it to be interesting. We don't want it to be a boring, because we need to capture people's attention throughout the course. Now developing is the actual creation of the course content. And this is based on the analysis that you've done, and it's based on the design that you've done. So it really sets the direction of the course, and now we are implementing that direction. Now this is where writers and your graphic designers or instructional designers, any subject matter experts, and even the instructor will go about creating the course content. And then implementing the course, this is really where most technical trainers get involved, because it's the actual delivery of the course. Now, there's more to the implementing phase of ADDIE than just teaching. There's also the course logistics you have to consider, the enrollment and the tracking, the classroom details about how will the room be configured, how will the materials arrive, the logistics. You need the confirmation that someone can teach the class. And then what about help during the class if there's a technical issue? And then of course we need refreshments, the materials, the actual setup of the classroom. You know, some technical classes are very complex to set up. So all of that goes into implementing the course. The last phase is evaluating the course. This really happens throughout the entire model, because you're evaluating your analysis and your development and design, your implementation, all of those phases. No matter where you are in that process, you're evaluating. Now the evaluating is also the reaction of the participants, not only to the instructor but to the course itself. So it's an assessment of how well the course is performed, and then we do an assessment of the learning, because we want to see some evidence of behavior change. We want to see that people have taken the information that we've taught and that they have kept that and retained it, and they've been able to apply it in their lives and in their role in the organization. This is also a measurement of actual results of the course. So when we're done with the course, how do we know the course was effective and it was efficient and appealing? So it is cyclic in nature. That's the ADDIE model. You should be aware of that and familiar with these different phases for your CTT Plus certification, but it will also help you become a better instructor.